Hey, what's going on, everyone? Mike here. So round two on this review video. So I want to go over WordPress and Webflow and why I transitioned from WordPress to Webflow. I just got really tired of dealing with the updates and all the plugins that I wanted to use to be able to have a really decent site, right? And because what was icing on the cake was that blog post. So I went to my site to get a link and was to review something like a video, I think, and none of my content for that blog post showed up. So I was like, what the heck? And then I checked all my other blog posts. All of them didn't show up. It was super frustrating. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm done with this. And you got to think, WordPress just had a recent update, right? And they definitely needed that update for sure. But it was, long overdue. They updated the user interface. But, it's like, so to me, if WordPress now is like so 1990s, right? Now as a web developer and things like that, you may love WordPress. You SEO guys and gals out there love WordPress because the SEO capabilities. But I'm telling you right now, you make the switch to Webflow and your life is so much easier. Plain and simple. Your clients can even manage their own websites now. Another great feature of Webflow is client billing. You can bill clients directly in your Webflow account and charge them, fees and pocket the rest. That sounded pretty bad, but anyway, enough of that long spiel. So I'm just going to get into some basic overviews here. I did something, again, I'm a really, I like things that's really easy to use, really simple, and a good, a con, or excuse me, a pro, and I wouldn't even say it's a con, but the editor does take some used to getting used. The editor takes some time to get used to, but it's a fantastic editor. Once you understand it and get used to using it, it's great. 1 second. So you can just drag and drop all your elements, just like any basic page editor, really, right? It's fantastic. One thing that you'll want to make sure that you do now is tag excuse me, your sections and your columns and things like that. So you can see this is content wrapper. You want to make sure you tag these appropriately. So if you're a front-end web developer, this may become second nature to you. So it's really the same concepts, right? When you're developing front end with naming everything, right? But if you're not like me, you can't understand it, right? So I don't want to sit here and say you're gonna come you come right in here and you're just like, oh man, like this is great, and you just take off. Like I thought I was going to be like that, right? And the beauty of Webflow is, it doesn't even cost you anything, right? To stage and to actually build a prototype website inside Webflow, it doesn't cost you a penny. All right, it only costs you money when you actually want to publish, connect the domain, because you have to use their hosting as well. So once you buy a package, it comes with the hosting and things like that. So it's essentially a one size fits all kind of deal, right? Um, so that's just one thing. That the editor is really great. I will say it does take some getting used to, but other than that, it's great. The second thing that I like the most about it is the CMS, right? So when it comes to blog posts, and that was my main thing, was just blog posts. Like I'm no Washington Post writer or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, but I just wanted something that's really easy for me just to type up, add a video or add an image, publish it, and it automatically go live and show in the feed, right? Just like this, right? So every time I post or make a new blog post here, so if I were to publish one of these drafts here, it would automatically show up here at the top, automatically, okay? It's fantastic. I love it. And you can see here, as I just had there, everything is linked together. It's really great, right? So it automatically comes in current blog post. You can tie categories in it. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's probably one of the best features that I really like, how Webflow put this together. But of course, you can have different collections, right? So Webflow calls them collections. So this is categories. You can have your blog posts nested inside these categories, and then you can also create like authors, songs, recipes, projects, clients, team members, and it automatically pulls the information from these fields dynamically, right? So name, slug, image, bio, things like that, okay? And then once it's set and you use the CMS collection element, you use the CMS collection element, it's going to pull all the information, right? So let me just put this here just for giggles. So the source, I want my blog posts, and you can see it's already doing its thing, right? It's pulling all the blog posts here. Now, what you can do as well is you can limit the items, right? So it's right now start at 1 and show 100 blog posts. So maybe you only want to show 5, right? So maybe you only want to show 5 and you want to start, at 2 or something. Okay, so it's going to start at the second blog post and only show 5 of them. Okay, you can paginate your items, all that good stuff. Okay, the CMS is really, really great, and a lot of so Webflow's initial target audience was designers. So their whole gimmick, if so to speak, was design. So designers are designing websites, and prior they were either sending off for development or whatnot, or however they did that. Would depend greatly on the designer. But now Webflow's gimmick for that target audience was now you can prototype and design and build the websites seamlessly inside Webflow, um, which is true, right? So with the staging and everything. So let's just go ahead and look at some of the pricings here. So, I'll link everything in the description and in this post. There's one for freelancers and agencies and business owners, so I'll link those to you as well. And which I'll also get into. It's really great, and I use it a lot. Was the training? There's tons and tons of training available to you free. Right? It doesn't cost any extra money to access the training, and it's very, very good training. It's very in depth. So if we go into the hosting here, and you can see this is the one I have and I'm currently running. This is an annual plan, so we switch to monthly. It's $20 monthly, and it comes with the hosting. You get your domain, the free SSL, 100 static pages, 100,000 monthly visits, which is fine. And even if you hit that, they don't throttle you, so you don't have to worry about that. But 100,000 monthly visits, if you're starting out, that's perfectly fine. I mean, heck, even the 25,000 monthly visits starting out, you're fine, right? So 3 content editors. You even get a site search. It's really great, which I'll even show you how Webflow built their training and their university and courses. They built it inside Webflow, which is really, really cool to see. But anyway, there's free staging. It doesn't cost you anything. You can publish to the Webflow subdomain or Webflow's domain. You get a free SSL. You get 2 static pages, 500 monthly visits, 10 form submissions if you want a form created in Webflow. You get 50 CMS items. So just think you can, essentially have a little mini blog for free. Yes, you'll be using Webflow.io, but just to get started, to build something, there's no out of money pocket costs, right? So, it's free. It doesn't cost anything, okay? So, I mean, you can even get the enhanced staging, so you can upgrade to that if you wanted to, but you're still publishing to the Webflow.io, but you get just a little bit more, perks here, right? So you get 1,000 monthly visits, and that's really it, right? But if it's really great, like, and I would say this, and this may be a con to some of you, which was a little different for me, going from WordPress to Webflow, is now this is just one site, okay? Now, let's just say if you would have 5 different sites, that would be 20 times 5, okay? Now, unless you did the annual options. Now, if you did annual, it'd be 16 times 12 times 5, okay? So that was a little different for me because I'm going to eventually have several different websites. So, for right now, this works for me. It's great. I love it. And as my site grows, I'm definitely going to be going up, and then probably even going to the e-commerce when I get merch and all that. But even the standard option here, their e-commerce platform is great as well, which I'm gonna get into that. I haven't got into that just yet. I just made the switch not that long ago, but so far so great, and so far so good. I'm really liking it. Now, also you freelancers out there building website for clients and business owners. Now, there's client billing, so you can set up client billing and charge your clients, you know, or your client or whoever you're building websites for in Webflow. You can set up client billing and all that good stuff, right? So that is an option. Not too many, platforms or web page builders do that. So that's really cool and a great feature. Now I don't do client work that much anymore. Um, but definitely, if I venture back into client work and building websites for clients, or most of the time I do sales funnels, but if it's a Webflow website, I would definitely go into the client billing. And you got to think something like this. So if you built a website for a client or a local business owner, I mean they can come in here and create, edit a blog post, and all they got to do is just come in here and you know type up their blog post, add their videos wherever they want to pull it, and then hit publish, and it's going to populate on all the pages that you have your collection list set at, right? So wherever you have your collection list, your collection item, it's going to pull those blog posts in. Maybe you're pulling it in by category or whatnot. That's fine too. Okay, so I mean, it's really great. I don't want to get too depth into any like a training or anything, which I'm going to show you. Webflow's really cool courses and training in university. So let me just kind of get into that. Whoops, wrong way here. Um, but yeah, I was like, man, it wasn't that loud when I was editing it, but um, it was. All right, so here's getting started, Webflow 101 video course, and then university. So let's just go into getting started. Now, keep in mind, this was built in Webflow with Webflow. I just want to be, especially when it's paid. Okay, I would weigh a little heavier on the paid side. When it's paid and I'm paying for a course, like I hate when I have to like do 100 things just to access what I paid for. You know what I mean? Like I get security and all that, but it's just like when it comes to the actual membership site or whatever, it's like, okay, look, I paid for this. I want to watch this and learn this. Like, don't make me jump through hoops to go get it, right? Or I have to like watch it on a mobile device, like because I've seen it too, where it's like the desktop membership is so horrible that it's like, okay, it's better just to watch it on mobile or vice versa. So yeah, I mean, but this is built in Webflow, so just give you an idea of what you can actually do with Webflow. So yeah, I'm still getting used to all the logistics of Webflow, but again, I'm definitely sold on Webflow 100%. It's night and day compared to WordPress for sure. But yeah, there's tons and tons of content as you can see here. Even more courses, the freelancer's journey, which is really great. I've actually watched about 50% of this. It's really great. Again, this is built in Webflow. I mean, you can just see, um, what can be done with Webflow. And actually, there is some awesome. Let me show you too, real quick, just so you're aware, because you might not be aware. So if you go to templates, there's tons and tons of templates here, right? But there's some really awesome templates. Okay, so let's just say you're looking for a blog, right? It's going to pull up all the blogs. There's tons of free ones in here as well. So what I did to like try to advance my knowledge with Webflow with the editor was what I did was essentially built or got a template, deconstructed it, and put it back together. Just basically like Legos, right? You can break it down and put it back together again. So that's basically what I did. You can see here something very similar to what I have, a little different here. But there's also, let me go back to Showcase actually. So these are designers and developers, and I mean world class, designers, developers. these guys and girls are fantastic, very, very talented, way further advanced than I am. So let me just go to a well-known company here based out of Chicago, Illinois. So what's really cool too, and so if we open this live website here, so it's hello, hopefully I'm saying this right, Hiko or Heko. This is built in Webflow, okay? Like, just the animations and transitions that you can do with it. Let's just say I wanted to, I don't know, take this logo title here and add some animations to it. I could do some animations here directly within Webflow without needing some stupid plugin to make my hero images slide, right? Just little things like that. It's like, come on, it just gets annoying after a while. It's like, you should be able to do this natively, man. I just got tired of it, to be honest. Maybe I'm just getting spoiled with these drag and drop page builders or something. I don't know, but I just got tired of WordPress, to be honest. Like, it just felt clunky, and so 1990s and 2000, early 2000s. It's just like that company or business that is stuck in their ways and doesn't evolve and get up to par with what's going on. That's what WordPress felt like for a while, especially before that last update. So anyway, I'm rambling on. If you want to learn more about Webflow, I'll link it below. I'll be interested to see actually what you build with it. It's free. Check it out. Send me some links to what you built, and yeah, have a great night.